Okay.
We're in. We're in
Moving it
another
up.
week of Cold Ones Conversation Thanksgiving episode. Open it up. Did you hear that crack, bro? Let's get our glasses out. Give an homage to our main sponsor, Philly Drinkers,
Of
with the
course.
phenomenal glass. I don't know if you ladies and gents saw me spill a little bit there, but you know what? Doesn't matter if you did or if you didn't.
Go
We're here to
buy it.
ride.
They got the Black Friday sales going on right now.
They got everything, dude.
You can get that glass right there. That glass.
That glass supports
15,
us.
Normally $15. It's rocking around, I think
it's
11.
Yeah, I was about to say we got the
Something
small
like that.
one. And when you get it, tag us. Hashtag HTLP for the parlay. They're due. Hit us with a hashtag. They're due. Throw it up. We'll throw it back. And who knows? Maybe we'll come visit you. We'll come to wherever you are. Maybe we'll meet you at a designated location and share a Chick-fil-A sandwich with you. We might do that. Ladies and gents, if you notice the attire, we're going to get into it soon. I haven't worn Ocho in a little while, but it was time to pull out the threads. It was time to pull out the hat. This is a go time hat, baby. This is a go time hat. But before Brendan the Bod can give his spiel, I need to set the record straight. From last week.
Let's tell the people how we did last
I'm going to
week.
tell them.
How
I'm
did
going
our
to
straight
layer
bets?
it.
I went 4-3 and I hit the parlay. How'd you do?
I went 5-2.
Yeah, and we hit the parlay too, right?
Let me set the
We hit
record
the parlay.
straight. Let me set the record straight, ladies and gents.
The HTP.
Number one. Who won the
Hashtag
Philly?
We hit.
Who won the first ever Philly Drinker straight up bet?
We hit.
AKA Harold Hoops, AKA Hollywood Hair, taking Denver all day, winning by 1. He's talking about that they're plus a 3. Can you let me speak? See, this is why you are Skip and I'm Shannon. That's right. You're Skip and I'm Shannon. Brendan the Bod is the next Skip. Did you see, by the way, Richard Sherman going off on him today? It was kind of crazy. They might be offering us the next position. All right, let's set the record straight. Number one. I won the first ever Philly Drinkers bet. Shout out Alex. I took Denver. Russell's back. He's cooking. Sean's back. He's cooking. The Vikings ain't shit. And Trilly doesn't know how to pick a game.
That was
and Trilly doesn't know how to pick a game.
Dude, that was so bad.
It was one of the worst. It was one of the worst primetime games of all time.
They couldn't score a touchdown.
No.
They didn't score a touchdown in one.
It was
what
horrible.
was it? 4 field goals, 5
Dude,
field goals?
I turned the game off at 15-9. 15-9, I had to turn it off. When I saw Denver kick another field goal, I was like, I can't watch. It's a soccer game.
I wanted to really keep talking smack to you, but like I could just tell the Minnesota offense just wasn't getting it. All they had to do was put one more point on the board just to get it out of reach.
Yep.
Where they can't keep kicking field goaling them to death.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't get past that. And credit to Denver's defense, but God damn it. Screw you, Russell Wilson.
I know.
You are so bad. People are saying that he's back. He's great. They couldn't move the football. They couldn't score.
He's back.
He is not.
Russell's back.
So bad.
I have been the Russell Whisperer since day one. I have been the Aaron Rodgers Novak Whisperer since day one. Hold on. We've got a call in. Wait a second. Jack, you're live on the pod. No. Hold on. You're live on the pod. You're live. We're recording right now. Okay, you need to control yourself. You're acting like you have a disability, which we would support it if you do. We got you next to the mic. Trilly can't hear you. I got him in my earbuds. I'm going to hit you with 2 questions. You're a deep Miami fan. Give me the outlook of the AFC East right now as it stands. Who's winning it, A? And B, who is the future team? Go.
I think it's right how it spins up for the East. You know, the Jets, they just benched Zach Wilson.
Yeah, where you had it.
Right now. Dude played at like UConn or something and was awful.
Okay, your reception is awful. We got to cut you off. We don't deal with callers that are paying for cricket. See ya. All right. We're back. We're back in. Okay. Parlay time. Let's talk parlay. We hit him with the long time phrase hashtag they're due. I said it. I gave Trilly the good vibes.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I didn't realize that you take forever to get to places here, man.
I know.
I didn't realize they were all in the first hour. the first slate of games.
Yeah, we took all 1 o'clock games.
All 1 o'clock games. I didn't notice that. And all of a sudden I look at it, I'm like, holy crap, we're sweating this out. We need the Packers. Then all of a sudden you're turtling on the other side of it saying we need the Dallas too. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I didn't take the bet that night. That was the first time this whole season. Do you believe this, brother? I swear to God, on us, that is the first time this season that after we got off the call, I did not place the bet. I said to myself, I'm tired. I'll place it tomorrow. I wake up 9 a.m., 10 a.m. It goes up by 2 points, 43.5. I go, it's Dallas. They'll make it happen. And what it ended up happening, ladies and gentlemen, 43.5 point over, 43 points. Flipping scored. I lose 200 bones. I thought about jumping off the building. I went to Wegmans and was looking up at the clock tower, dude. I sent you the video. I thought about jumping to the pavement. I literally lost $200 last week. $200 out of my own stupidity. And what does that mean? I got to double down. I got to start betting games before I even know what I'm betting. I got to go into debt. I can't let this happen again.
Responsible.
So that's what ended up happening.
Responsible.
No. After something like that, bet unresponsibly.
But of course, you want to know why that happened, why that line changed so much? It's because all of you great listeners out there that are subscribed to the pod, have the bell on, you follow us on Instagram.
That's right.
And on Twitter, you're hitting the buttons everywhere. You're liking, you're commenting. It's us. It's the sharps out there. We change lines.
That's
because Vegas knows we're right. And all you guys out there were betting it with us. It changed that line before Harry woke up before 11 a.m. that morning.
Yep.
And it changed the line drastically where Vegas, they knew what was up. They knew it was going to be that half-point victory. They bumped it up to. We end up getting in there early. We got the right price. We hit it. We're rocking and rolling. Now we got a very nice bankroll moving into this Thanksgiving week here. Feast week.
Some of us
it's going to be electric. We have money to play with, and we are going to turn it into millions and millions of maybe pennies.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. And when are you buying my hat, bro? I heard you got to wait till Black Friday. You got to wait till tomorrow. Why? You got to get the discount?
No, afford it with you never sent it. You said you would send it over what you wanted. You never did.
Oh, I thought. You know what it is.
You never did. This kid, he's like, oh, when do you send it out? I'll
send it to Derek
by the end of tomorrow, and he never sends what he wants.
I sent it to Derek. So, I want the golf one, the Dingerdelphia.
All right.
Yep. Do we go? Do I go bucket or do I go straight up? I think straight up.
Yeah, I have the Dingerdelphia hat straight up. It's a beautiful hat.
Yeah,
Dingerdelphia. It's the golf version of Dingerdelphia.
Go get it real quick. Let's see it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Red, white, and blue, everything.
Yeah. It keeps it as USA as it can be. I mean, come on, ladies and gents. Oh, no butt crack today. All right. Good.
We pulled him up before we sat down.
After this, dude, we also got to talk. Yeah, that's the hat. Bam. That's the hat.
Right here.
That's the hat. That's the hat. Leave that on for the rest of the show, by the way. Take that fucking Eagles hat off.
No, you want to know why? You want to know why we're not? I respect the hat. I love Dingerdelphia. I love Philly drinkers.
Hit it.
But this one right here, this is the best team in the National Football League.
Maybe.
9-1. They're going through the gauntlet. They're 3-0 through the gauntlet so far. We're kicking ass. It's not pretty, but we're taking names. We're giving teams like the other Ravens, the other Birds, a chance to get the number 1 seed at the AFC because we take care of business. Maybe not against Zach Wilson, but that was the first game back of his little tenure there before he got benched. But this team is able to just win in different ways, left and right. It isn't pretty in the first half on offense. They only ran like 20 plays. It was absurd in the first half. They come out. They figure out how to run the football again. They're able to get Jalen a little bit of time so he can throw bombs to AJ, or not AJ Brown. Normally it's to AJ Brown, to Devontae Smith. When you have two guys like that, you have AJ who's going off for 125 for the first 6 games, and then you kind of not forget about him, but teams focus on him a lot more, which the Chiefs did and took him out, 1 catch for 8 yards. And you have that other 1B guy on the flip side of it that can go get you 99 in back-to-back games and almost a tug, get you down at the 1, so you can do the brotherly shove right up their rear ends into the end zone because nobody can stop it, Harold. The NFL can't stop us. They won't stop us. We're going through these next couple weeks here. We're rocking and rolling, and we're taking names. This is the number one team in the National Football League. It's the Birds. It's the Eagles. And we're pumped. The Ravens are number 2, by the way. You're welcome. Can I get a thank you for bumping that Ravens team up into the number 1 spot?
Let's talk about it. Number 1 in the AFC North. Number 1 in the AFC. We don't care. We take names. We do what we do. Shout out to the support of Philadelphia. Shout out to the eventual reality of Trilly and I going down to Vegas. By the way, dude, if we're spending $1,000, we're not driving. We got to get a Southwest flight, or at least we got to. I'll do a Spirit flight. I would rather do that than drive down and possibly die in a car wreck. I'll take the chances with Spirit. We might go down on that airline, but I'd rather go down knowing that there's no coming back.
We have to legit look into it after this week. We do.
Yeah, no, we do.
If we pounce now, it might be worth it. Even if the teams don't make it, it would still be kind of cool to go to Vegas for the Super Bowl. But both teams are making it.
Both teams are making it. Let's get into it, dude. Let me give my flowers first to the Philadelphia Eagles, and then I'm going to let you give yours to my team for opening up the Thursday slate, beating that ass of the Cincinnati Bengals with the first blackout of the season. Everyone wore their all-new black jerseys. It was sensational. Roquan Smith in that Agent Zero. Oh, my gosh, dude. It was dirty. It was so fire. Okay, but I got to give my flowers. There's only one team in the NFL that has a guaranteed play for 6 that it results in 7, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles with the tush push. It is absolutely ridiculous that you've got a guy like Jalen Hurts who can throw the ball up top, deep, get you to the 2-yard line, and automatically that anytime they get locked. They're locked right when that happens because the bettors know what's coming. 7's coming. 7 is coming. Number 1 is getting Jason Kelce, leading the pack. They're putting 6 on. Your kicker's coming out. You're wearing Kelly Green next week. Dude, what's crazy to me is that I do think that Jalen kind of solidified in that post-press conference. You guys are 9-1 and still have not played your best ball yet. I mean, that is true. You definitely have got some holes to clean up. You look at the way that the offensive line was playing in that first half. Jalen was on his ass a bunch, right? But they cleaned it up in the second. They got the job done. And the truth of the matter is that you're seeing that Georgia dog mentality on that defensive line in that second half, disrupting Patrick Mahomes all throughout the night. The drop passes, of course, help you. But, dude, the way that you made that dude feel uncomfortable, who I argue is going to be the second greatest quarterback of all time, the only guy who's got the stamina, in my opinion, to chase Brady, you guys disrupted the shit out of him. And clearly what you made clear this game, as opposed to the Super Bowl, which we all knew was going to be a shootout, you can win it down and dirty when you're playing an AFC team that could be a Super Bowl contender. You can win a 21-17 game. You can win a 23-20 game. It's no longer has to be 32-35, where Jalen's got to put it all on his back. Your defense can get the job done of solidifying positions where Jalen can go down. They get a stop. Jalen gets on the field. He tosses it to the 2, and the tush push becomes effective. That's all I have to say about the game.
Yeah, real quick to wrap it up here. You hear watching Get Up and all the ESPN shows and everybody, they keep replaying the Valdez-Scantling pass, right? That was a little too far, overthrown by Patty Mahomes, a lot would say. But people aren't saying that. They're saying it's a drop pass. But I was saying all last week on the episode is I'm willing to take my chances. If you can shut Travis down to a minimum, kept him below 50 yards. You got to tug, but below 50 yards, you punched it out of his hands at the 5-yard line. And you make these other guys make catches. We've seen it all year long that they have dropped passes left and right. And that's what the Eagles did. They made the other guys make a play. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for that. I'm supposed to feel bad that we got lucky, quote unquote. Now they're making the loser excuses. For all the people that were commenting on my videos when the Eagles lost in the Super Bowl, oh, you're complaining about the turf. You're whining about the refs. You're whining about this. You guys are the ones whining. Now it's a game in November, but you guys are the ones whining that you don't have this, you don't have that, this didn't happen. Guess what? Andy Reid and the Chiefs chose this path. They chose not to have wide receivers. They won a Super Bowl without Tyreek Hill, but you are always going to consistently run into these problems as long as you have these guys at wide receivers, and expect Mahomes to raise their level, because guess what? They're not always going to catch the ball. When it's raining out, it's going to be drop passes. And the Eagles held in there. They played them tough. They got after them when they needed it, and they made the plays. It wasn't the other side of it where I've seen time and time again where Patrick Mahomes makes the plays and the Chiefs make the plays. Kadarius Toney gets a 46-yard punt return to get them down to the 2-yard line. That wasn't happening. The Eagles were the ones that made the play. Devontae Smith made the play. Jalen Hurts made the plays. Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, BG, Jalen Carter, they made the plays. The Eagles were the better team. They're 9-1, best team in the NFL. And they gave the Ravens that number 1 spot as of right now in the AFC.
And dude, I think the correlation between our two squads as we get into this Ravens talk that we didn't even touch on, and in my opinion, no one touched on, at least in national media, you guys ran their ass up and down the field with Swift, dude. I mean, what you're seeing...
It's such a difference watching him run the football real quick, though, right?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Any other backs that the Eagles have in there, it seems just slower. When Swift gets it, it's one cut, and he's barreling a dude over. He's making a guy miss, and he's accelerating. It's crazy the difference that the way he can run the football.
He has if I could describe his playing style,
2-1-5.
If I could just a LaSallian, as we would like to say. Oh no, he's not. Where's he from though? He's out of Philadelphia. Where is he?
He's a prep guy. Fuck the prep. But
fuck the prep.
That's the first F-bomb on the show.
Oh yeah.
Put the ticker.
Listen, it's we're gonna make that. That's a graphic that's coming. The point that I was gonna make about Swift is that, dude, he's kind of a combination of two styles of play, in my opinion. You see in Pacheco, a lot of people have compared Pacheco to Marshawn Lynch, obviously, because he's so aggressive. He eats the hits. He plays kind of like a rugby player. He plays like a flanker almost when he's running. Swift, in my opinion, has all of the right combinations of a Marshawn Lynch where he can eat a hit, but yet he does a spin move like Christian McCaffrey out of nowhere and gets you another 17. And what it comes down to in this correlation that I'm making now that we're going to move to my birds is the only other team in the National Football League today whose offensive line is playing to the potential of the Philadelphia Eagles is the Baltimore Ravens. There is no one that is opening holes for the Gus Bus, for Mitchell, for Hill, unlike the Baltimore Ravens. You're seeing an undrafted rookie in Mitchell who is becoming this outward star in the later half of this NFL season, going up and down the field, left and right, with these insane sideline to sideline runs. And then you've got somebody like the Gus Bus who will push it 5-7, 5-7, and then get a breakout and he only finds the end zone. And then you've got a guy like Hill who is honestly the Swiss Army knife of a guy that when we need Gus to rest, when we need Mitchell to rest, we throw Hill out there and he'll dominate the pocket as well. But it all starts with the men in the trenches. And the Ravens have dealt with a lot of injuries in the trenches so far this season. I mean, dude, we had our center go down week 3, and now Lindy's back, rocking 64 on 64s. He doesn't stop, brother. And I think that is truly what's going to lead to a bird v. bird Super Bowl right now, dude. We have the 2 best offensive lines in the game. We're chasing you guys. There's no question about it. Nobody's got what the Eagles have got right now. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is when you see the opportunities that the Eagles create for Jalen, and then when you see the opportunities that the Ravens create for Gus, that the Ravens create for Mitchell, it's ridiculous, dude. And in my opinion, to now move it to fully, I'd love to know what you think about that. But the one thing I want to say completely now, move into a Ravens talk here is, I think that we're going to see this a lot on the road against the Chargers. Right now, I think we're -3.5. There's going to be a lot more play action going forward with the biggest drawdown. We'll touch on that Bengals game with the biggest drawdown of losing Mark Andrews. Now new reports are coming out. He might be able to make it back week 16. Point is, dude, we're going to need that second receiver to dice it up with Flowers, to dice it up with OBJ. And what I see happening is I see us throwing Gus into being a receiving running back, much like Debo.
Is he that guy though?
I think he's going to have to be, because clearly what we've seen is that Mitchell can do what Gus can do. Now, he's not a power runner. He's not the guy that's going to, when you're looking to dirty the waters and work the clock, go for that 5, go for that 7 that I was speaking to before. That's Gus's bread and butter. And Mitchell is that breakout 10 to 15 to 20 guy. But I think that what we're going to see is we're going to need to incorporate Hill and Mitchell as those main duo backs, of using Hill to get that 5 to 7, using Mitchell for your bounce out, almost Swift type runs. And yes, Gus is going to have to move to play action, because Lamar is going to need that third receiver. You know, now with Andrews clearly going down, Flowers is going to be your number 1 guy. OBJ coming alive in the second half of the season, he's going to be your number 2 option. He's going to be your Swift, whereas Brown would be your Flowers. And yeah, you're going to need the Gus bus to become what Goddard was. You know, both of us losing our main tight ends now, right? We're going to need him there. And I think he's up for the task, dude. I think he's up for what do you think about those comparisons?
No, I mean, just watching Gus's game though, can he really catch the ball like that is my question.
I don't think that we've put him in a position to yet, because we haven't needed to.
Okay.
We haven't needed to. But now we do. This problem has been presented to our door that we got to face head on.
Yeah, because like I know with Swift, he was that guy out the backfield to start his career, right? And we've turned him into a downhill, follow your guys type of runner. Yes. And that's what he's turned into. Now, Gus has always been the Gus bus, run it downhill, go out and try to get a couple extra yards. Now you got to have him out in open space. Can he make those catches? I don't know. We'll have to see. Are you going to need him to do it? Yes, I think 100%. And what you were saying with the play action game is definitely going to be a huge thing, where if they can get Flowers and Odell in space and Gus out the backfield and just give him little ones where you're not banking on wheel routes or Texas routes where he's got to take the big hits over the middle, get him in a little bit of space and let him go upfield, then that's where you're going to see your biggest success for him to get him comfortable into that situation. But no, I agree with you. And seeing what happened with no Dallas Goedert was a big part of this offense, but he's not what Mark Andrews was for Lamar. You know,
there's nobody who Mark Andrews is
for Hurts, but he's got AJ, he's got Devontae.
Yeah,
he's the third option. Mark's the first.
Yep.
Is that a little scary moving forward throughout the rest of this year? You saw how pissed Lamar was when he got hurt. It looked like he almost kicked him in the head. He was so pissed.
Get up. Yeah, that's
like,
he was WWE.
Like, come on, I need you.
Yes, dude. Well, because number one,
and Lamar, can he actually come back? I thought he was done for the year.
There's an outside chance. Harbaugh released it yesterday, and it was confirmed by doctors today that there is an outside that's the official verbiage that they're using, or language. There's an outside chance that he's going to be back by week 16, under further examination and rehab therapy that they're going to go for. Dude, listen, if they're bringing, I'm sure that Marky Yange, I don't think that he's vaccinated. He's a diabetic. I could see him getting in touch with double A Aaron Rodgers and saying, listen, what therapy do I need and what drugs? And I could see it happening.
Yeah, to answer that question, diabetic needles, he's sticking other needles in on the side. Whoa,
dude, whoa. I mean, listen, there's nobody on the Eagles that's going off the sidelines, checking blood sugar, and then running their ass down the field. That's one thing that you can't say, bitch. You don't got it. I don't care if your guy can squat 600. Tell me a guy who's checking his blood sugar and then scoring TDs. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't. All right. To answer your question, because I just obliterated you there. Yeah, dude, it is scary. It is scary. I mean, you're losing right now the number 1 tight end of the league. There's no other tight end that he's comparable to outside of Travis Kelce, who's going on to become the greatest tight end of all time. His connection to Lamar is so much like that connection that Patrick and Travis have. Mark is always where Lamar needs him to be. The big thing has been this year, I've never seen us draft a position, at that wide receiver position like we drafted Flowers this year. Listen, I was a guy who was like, I don't know if this guy can take this pressure. Flowers has become that big deal, deep threat guy. But Mark is obviously always Mark. I think that what it comes down to is the guy who I don't know can do it. And that's why I brought up the point about Gus. But the guy whose moment this really should be, dude, is Bateman's.
Not likely the backup?
No, because, dude, we've talked about this for the last 2 years now since we started the show. There's a reason, I don't know why it is, but there's a reason why we drafted a receiving tight end in Likely and have kept him in the block for 2 years. When he goes out there, dude, he's in the block. He is not a receiving. We have barely created packages for him and Andrews to be out on the field at the same time in a receiving duo setup. We just don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch the way that Bateman played in that Browns game, that unfortunate loss, that devastating loss, Bateman was going off, dude. Bateman was playing crazy. And Bateman, I think, has kind of felt the pressure of, wow, Flowers has clearly taken my spot. He's a lot better than me. And OBJ now coming alive past week 9. I got to do something here if I want to get a contract.
Bateman was going crazy on one catch for 10 yards.
What was his game where he had the massive touchdown?
I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to fact check you there. We don't fact check.
Yeah, we don't fact check. I mean, listen, that you did that, you got to do it because you don't like the comment about your boys not being able to deal with diabetes. You know, you got soft.
I won Likely. I got Mark Andrews in a big money league here, Harry. I need
soft guys. You have soft guys.
I need Mark Andrews to be put on IR so they don't bitch at me having him in the IR spot, which is a whole other gripe that I got going on right now that we might get to later. But anyway, we need him to go on IR. I picked up Likely. I need Likely to get me like 10
I'd love to see him. Dude, I want nothing more than for Likely to get it. But right now, it's one of those two guys that's got to do it. Because to your point, you're right. We haven't seen what the Gus Bus can do. I think he's going to step up to the challenge. And I think that we got two capable guys. The question is, are they ready for it? All right. To wrap up this Ravens talk, let's hit it with this, dude. Ravens are the front runner, bro.
That's what I was going to ask you. How are you feeling about this team moving forward in the AFC? Got a lot of 7-3 teams.
Dude, when you've seen what the Eagles expose, I mean, nobody has wanted to give outside of this show has wanted to drown on the Chiefs as much as us. We have been calling out their BS since day one. That was a 7-2 team going into that game that did not have their situation figured out. You know,
the Ravens are 8-3.
I know. I'm talking about the Chiefs. I'm talking about how we've been calling them out.
Yeah.
That's
You're right.
You're right. Let me fact check you. Let me fact check you.
We have been.
And they lose to the Eagles. And now you're looking across the AFC. Who do you got left? You got the Bills, who are a phony team. You've got the Miami Dolphins, who clearly this whole season cannot stand up to top tier talent, injury or not, speed or not. They only got one gear, and that's fast. They don't know how to break down the game. They can't handle it against a team like the Ravens. And dude, you've seen what we did. Split with the Browns. We're yet to split with the Steelers. Swept the Bengals. And by the way, led that whole time before Burrow goes down. We've beaten some big name teams, and we've got some big names still to go. We got the 49ers on the road. We got Miami at home. But dude, the way that I'm feeling right now is we're unstoppable. I think it's going to be a really big moment these next 2 weeks, figuring out going against the Chargers and going against the Rams. How do we adjust to no longer having Mark Andrews? Our defense is ready to play at that level. We've got the tempo. Kyle Hamilton has become arguably the most standout Raven this year outside of Flowers being a rookie. I mean, dude, that kid has come alive. He actually looks like he knows where he's at on the field. He's become a leader. Shout out the Irish, dude. You got Roquan Smith doing his thing, who's going to become the next Ray Lewis. And, dude, you've got Lamar Jackson, who has proved this season why he got what he got. I mean, dude, that guy has become, with Todd Monken, he has become
Lamar
an
might
insane
win another
passer.
MVP this year.
Absolutely, he might, dude. If he's not the front runner, I don't know who is.
I think it's him and Jalen right now. But
Jalen
hasn't played his best ball, though, either.
That's what I was about to say. And Lamar, I think, is right now.
Yeah, I think Lamar agree with that. If it was between the two of them, I would give it to Lamar, pure numbers wise, because Jalen has struggled mightily. Whether that's the knee problem he's been going on with, I don't know. But I mean, Jalen keeps winning football games, and so is Lamar. And especially with this adversity now hitting them again after losing their running back to start the year, losing his number one tight end. It's definitely
Stanley being down.
To him.
Right tackle, starting right tackle being down, dude. So to wrap it up, how I feel, dude, I'm jacked up. This is the moment that the Ravens need to they need to go on the road in LA and beat the crap out of a bad team in those LA Chargers. And then they need to come at home and demolish an even worse team in the Rams. What I want to see us going through the growth pains of adjusting to Mark Andrews and still putting up 30 points in both of those games. We do that, dude. We're fine. We're cruising. And clearly, from what we've seen out of the Chiefs, they're not prepared to play a team like us right now with the level that we're playing at. They're just not.
Level of defense for sure.
They're just not. Because we're gonna bring that same intensity that you guys did.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%.
So yeah, dude, that's how I feel. I think that we have a real deal chance here of having a show-ending game. Show-ending. Because we're going to start saying stuff to each other that it could bring this whole thing down, dude. A lawsuit might occur.
You're going to get mad when I make a little dig at you, and then you're going to take it to another level like you always try to do.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then I got to put you in your place after that.
Right. And then I got to remind you that I'm going to put your boy on his back every day of the week. Because that short shot Jason Kelsey, who thinks he's the greatest of all time, is barely even my height. And you're going to have Roquan Smith diving over him left and right, doing an edge.
You're talking about a Hall of Famer, sexiest man alive, Super Bowl champion. Like number 1, number 2 podcast in sports. Like,
all right, dude, let's hit it. What
do we want to talk about any other games last week? I mean, all of them were kind of meh. Texans still legit, brother. We've been all over that.
Dude, I think that we got to talk about them, dude.
Bills kind of making another resurgence. We'll talk about them, I guess, against the Birds this week.
No, please.
Seahawks, fraud watch, question mark.
Big time.
Jags, Texans. Let's talk Jags, Texans.
Please.
And then when we get to the picks. But I don't know. Anything
I got to take here. Yeah, I got to take here, dude. It's the AFC South is officially the Texans division. Trevor
this week.
Trevor Lawrence is not. He's not the quarterback of that division right now, dude. They have something going on with that head coach and with Stroud, and it's not our take. Obviously, part of my take came up with it first, but it is so baller week after week. It plays in my head. I'm not a test taker. I'm a football player, dude. This kid is so ready to rock and roll. And I witnessed it.
Shout out
week
to Stroud
1.
Boys.
I witnessed it week 1, dude. I mean, against the Ravens at home. Against the Ravens.
Get it together, dude. Jesus.
This guy is absolutely crazy. And yeah, dude, I can't say enough. I think that the Texans they absolutely have the quarterback of the future, but more than that, dude, we knew that in college. They have the coach of the future, dude. I mean, this might be the greatest transition of a player to head coach of all time.
Great Eagles linebacker for multiple years.
Straight up, dude. I mean, this might be the greatest transition of a player to head coach of all time, dude. If they can start whipping that ass and getting the AFC South under control, if they can get their defense more solidified, get players to want to sign in Texas, work through the draft. The position, though, that they're in now is they're going to start not being able to work through the draft because they're going to win too many games now going forward. They're not going to be year in, year out in that top 5, top 7 draft class. They're going to be a 10 and 12 team.
Yeah, I think they traded away their first round pick for next year.
They did.
To get Will Anderson after they drafted Stroud.
Yep.
So, I mean, this was the year to kind of pick it up, too. So
and they have.
And not worry about that draft pick. And they have, 100%.
And they have.
Yeah. So, no, I agree with you.
I got to go check the potatoes. Or you keep talking. I got to go check the potatoes for Thanksgiving.
The potatoes. Yeah, I mean, we've been all over this team all year. But it's exciting to see where that it can take off and move forward because, the head coach has been all over it. He's been trying to get it to the right direction. He's listening to the players. He is running the plays that they want and know best. And that's really translating moving throughout the season here. Now, as Harry's gone to check the potatoes real quick, we'll slowly transition into this week's Thanksgiving games. We want to thank all of you guys out there for listening to the podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go check out our favorite sponsor and Philly Drinkers. They're the best. PhillyDrinkers.com, promo code Brendan Petrilli at checkout. It helps us all out. We love you guys. Black Friday sales are in abundance all over the place. You're not going to get any better Philadelphia or drinking gear merch than at PhillyDrinkers.com. We're working with them. Maybe we can get some Baltimore stuff going as we move forward here with the show. So we'll see what happens. Let us know what team you would like to see Philly Drinkers kind of put some merch out for, because it's not just about Philly. It's about the lifestyle. It's about being with the people. It's about enjoying each other, and that's what this holiday is about. And Thanksgiving is being with your family, being with your friends, and having a couple cold ones, talking about football, placing some bets. And that's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to give you some winners. And we're going to have a lot of fun today as we put this show out on Thursday morning for Thanksgiving. But stay tuned. We'll be right back in 2 seconds here. Click that subscribe button. I just hit the people with a nice little Thanksgiving tribute, why we're here, what Thanksgiving's about. It's about being with the family, being with the people, being with Philly Drinkers, having a good time, placing some bets. And that's what we're here to do. We're going to give you a touchdown scorer prop bet for today. We're going to put this out Thursday morning, where it's going to be another winner. We're rocking and rolling. The parlay hit last week. We both went above 500 last week with our bets, and we'll give you a couple extras sprinkled throughout the weekend here, because we got games not Thursday, not Friday, not Sunday, and even Monday night. We got football all over the place.
Is that not the best schedule ever?
And you got Michigan, Ohio State on Saturday. Maybe we should sprinkle a pick in there too.
I would love to do that. I would love. Is that the Philly Drinkers bet? Well, it depends if we're both going the same side or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's open with that. I got a feeling about it.
All right, you go first.
Is it in Ann Arbor or is it in Michigan?
Yeah, it's at Michigan. I'm pretty sure it's at Michigan.
This is going to be the best game so far of the season in college football. Outside of Texas, Alabama, this is going to be the best game this season, without a doubt. That 100%. Texas Alabama game was freaking
with
crazy.
All the Harbaugh stuff.
Yep.
With the Ryan Day crying day, It's at noon. I don't really like that.
What is good with that, bro?
Yeah, it's just Fox paying for it pretty much for the big noon kickoff.
I know. It's so stupid, dude. It was the same way with the Penn State game, bro.
But it's 2 versus 3. Ohio State's above Michigan in the standings. I mean, that's crazy. Just from the logistical side of it. I mean, I don't know. This is why I want you to pick, because I have reasons why I think I'm going to go with one team.
All right, let me see where he's at. Let me see where this game is at. Why can I not?
It's at Michigan.
Okay. No. I know. I was finding the bet. Spreads plus 3.5. Ohio State at Michigan. Money line minus 164. Over under 45.5. Are we doing spread here or are we doing money line?
Let's go spread. I like.
Okay, we'll go spread.
I'm not getting gypped again where my team plays well all game.
Well, then that
just
changes.
To lose the game at the end.
That changes my take then.
I know, right? You're going to go Ohio State too.
I'm going to go Ohio State.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with too.
Yeah, no, because I think that Michigan wins this game. This is going to be a fight. This is Ohio State fighting for their life.
JJ McCarthy just can't throw the football though, which is crazy.
But he's gonna be able to in his own house, bro. In his own house, not on the road, not at Maryland, not at Penn State, playing for Coach Harbaugh, playing against their arch rival. He's going to be able to play. I think the difference is to what you said, dude. Ohio State has been crying this whole time, and they know that everyone has been set. No one's been receiving that as you're right. Everyone's saying you're crying like bitches.
Yeah.
They got to step up here, dude. They're going to play their best football ever. If I could take a pick right now, I would double it. I say Ohio State covers, but Michigan wins.
Yeah, well, and a big reason why I'm leaning Ohio State is I'm going to be at a buddy's house who went to Ohio State, was still there getting his master's. Dude's a man. He's been on the BSP podcast. He was an Olympic swimmer. He retired live on the show. Go check out that. I'll put the link in the description.
Is that true?
Yeah.
He's an Olympic swimmer.
Well, Olympic. He qualified for the.
Okay,
Olympic,
he qualified.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
He was at the Olympic trials.
All right,
and
then he retired.
Dude, what are we doing? All right, come on now.
Yeah, fair enough.
My boy Evan's the man. He's gonna work for fucking Lockheed Martin when he gets out as an engineer or something.
Good for him, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's the man. But I'm gonna go to his house, watch that game a little bit. Ohio State guy, I can't go in there and be cheering for Big Blue. As much as I like to be the pest and annoying, I have a little bit of respect, a little bit of common courtesy. I can't go into a household like that. That's offering me drinks and food, and I can't do that. You know, a little bit of respect there. All right, so that's not going to be the Philly Drinkers Bet of the week. We'll have to find something else moving forward throughout the episode here. But there's a little sprinkle, a little taste of the college football action happening on Saturday. Let's move into the games today, Harry. Thursday, Thanksgiving. Dude, I gave everybody a beautiful spiel about how we're family. We love you all. Click the subscribe button.
And not only are we family, but let's also say one other thing. We're family on Thanksgiving in the good old USA. We love America. We love the United States. And even though it ain't 4th of July, even though it ain't 4th of July, baby, it's close. So put on those sweaters, eat some turkey. I'm a ham guy myself. Go Raven, go Eagle. All right, dude, let's start it with the Thanksgiving slate. Obviously, the classic with a 12:31 kickoff. I mean, okay, we're starting with our overs and unders, obviously.
Let's do the touchdowns.
Oh, let's do our touchdown pick. Fair enough. Okay.
How many do we want to do? 4?
4.
All right. So I put this out in the group chat. I put it out to Sierra, a couple of the boys, and I got some good picks here that I'm interested to bounce around with you.
I want the weather girl right now. Give it to me.
The weather girl loves Sam Laporta. Loves him.
Ooh, where is she getting that information from? I like that. That is that's a down under pick, dude.
He started the year hot on this team. He's kind of tailed off a little bit, but I think this is a perfect game where Green Bay is kind of meh at the linebacker position other than Gary. If he can get loose, a lot of attention's on the run game because Green Bay struggled with the run. She also liked David Montgomery, but she said go Laporta first because he's going to be able to slip out and get a couple extra. He's that safety blanket for.
He's plus what?
170, I think. 175.
Why didn't I see that? Sam Laporta. Oh, for Detroit, you mean? Okay, I love that. And I'll tell you something else that I like. I think that Amar St. Brown absolutely gets one, dude.
Amon-Ra, 100%. I'm in on Amon-Ra. How do we feel about this game? Do you think Green Bay has a shot? Or is this finally the time where the Lions fans have been getting beaten up on Thanksgiving and it's finally their chance to enjoy, eat food, be merry at 12 o'clock on a Thanksgiving? Well, I guess 11 out that way. But to actually be happy for a change to start their weekend on Thanksgiving?
I would go as far to say this. If the Lions, not only if they don't cover or win more by the line right now, they've got really big issues. They need to go out and be at home and stomp this Green Bay team. They need to stomp them.
I agree with you. And Green Bay coming off that win against the Chargers last week, though, does that give you any thought that and the Lions offense struggling against the Bears team?
No, because I think that the Lions know that if they don't win this, they're going to get called frauds. And people are going to truly say that the only two real teams in the NFC for the next however many years are the Eagles and the 49ers. People are going to say that. So they know they've got to solidify. This is now our division. Just straight up.
I agree.
Okay. To the next game.
Real quick on that. It would be funny. All of a sudden, everybody's the Lions are going to have a good Thanksgiving for a change. Right. It's our time. It's our division. We're going to put up points. Our offense is great. We're going to finally smash Green Bay. That's been bullying us for the last 20 years.
Yep.
And to come out and lay a goose egg. to start Thanksgiving.
That would be crazy.
Early game. That'd be wild for it to happen.
Can I tell you something? If that happened, I could see Coach, what's his name, pulling every starter and putting in all the secondary.
What?
If they went, let's say that they went into the half. Let's say that the Lions went into the locker room at halftime. Dan Campbell goes into the locker room down 14-0. He'll pull everyone. If he's down 14-0 against Jordan Love, he'll pull everyone. He'll pull them all. He'll say, "You're done. You're done."
I'm leaning towards the Packs with 7.5.
All right, we'll get to that later. We got to finish this.
Yeah.
Next bet. Obviously, game 49ers Seahawks. I love Debo here at plus 160.
Dallas, Washington, 4 o'clock.
Okay, you want to do that one first? Okay.
Oh, I thought we were just going.
Sorry, my fault. No, we will, and I like that vocab word. What do we think here, dude? I feel like that this might be a time where Dak could slip one in.
Yeah. All right. Oh, here we go. How about this? I was thinking CD, but
I feel like that's too good.
Yeah. I like a Dak. How about a Dallas defensive touchdown?
That's tasty.
Dallas has been beating up on bad football teams.
That's tasty. But this Washington is an in-division rival, though.
Washington's a bad football team. Sam Howell gives it up. He gets sacked more than any quarterback in the league.
He does.
There's strip sacks. There's pick six potential all over this game. Is that a little too risky for us, though?
I feel like it is. And I like Dak here because I think that this is the Dak moment where he's like, "Look at me," you know what I mean?
All right,
Dak
fine.
plus the 2.
I figured I'd throw it out there.
Hey, you had to.
What do you think about Jahad Dotson? Or you just go with just Dak in this game?
Just Dak because we only got one more spot.
All right, oh, you're right.
And then Debo.
On the late slate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so run it back for me. What do we like Kittle though?
You know, Kittle is always my play, dude. But Debo really has been silent lately.
He has been, and he's got that potential to get that rushing touchdown too.
To get hot.
Yeah.
To get hot.
All right. I like Debo. I like him. All right, so Debo.
Do we have any promos here?
What do you mean? Same game parlays, but not touchdown. So 15.
Can we use the no sweat same game parlay? Oh no, you can't. Okay.
Yeah, it's not the same game. So I mean
15 to win 7.
7.
Done.
All right, I'm in. We gotta bet it now.
We said the same thing. That was hilarious. Okay, that's in. All right. Do one last pause.
Electric. You're sitting there turkey full a little bit on late night.
We'll strip on camera if that happens.
We're watching Debo run one in from 20 yards out. I'm like, like I can't get up off the couch. I'm just like, let's go.
Dude, it's gonna be crazy.
Win 700 bills. That'd be a beautiful way to round it out. And that's what we're giving you here on Cold One Conversations.
That's all we give them is winners. That's
what Thanksgiving's about.
It's about giving. It's about being thankful for the bets that you win. Pause. Last potato run.
All right. Pause.
Oh, wow. Those potatoes, okay, are on a different effing level, bro. They're crazy. They're crazy.
Mashed or baked? Broiled?
Roasted red baked. Roasted red baked.
All right.
Roasted
what
red baked.
Are we talking? Just salt, butter?
We went simple here, dude. Vegetable oil on the bottom, potatoes in, iodine, salt, fresh cracked pepper, black pepper, and parsley.
Okay. Are they going to be the best side at the table tomorrow?
No, the mac and cheese that I'm making tonight is. Ready for that?
All right.
2 boxes, shells, obviously. Cheese. We're talking 3 cheeses here, ladies and gentlemen. Butter, milk, followed by Gouda, Swiss,
Gouda,
and American.
Name the show that I just quoted there if you know it, but that sounds delish.
In the comments. It's going to be good.
Are you baking it after you cook it up too in the pan? Yeah, of course.
See, From one dog to another, breadcrumb on top, writing that up.
Yeah, of course.
Yep, out of respect.
That's what makes it. You get that little crunch going with it, the extra carbs on top.
If I wanted to go really crazy, we'd be talking probably 1.5 pounds of thick cut bacon sprinkled on top.
Oh,
now,
no, mix it in.
No. Obviously mix in, but then a layer on top. I mean, if that's not putting you into cardiac arrest, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what is.
Maybe some like garlic Brussels sprouts next to it.
Oh, talk to me.
Oh.
You know, if you and I
while we're watching Deebo Samuel running that touchdown for $700 and we're just eating that late at night, we're like, oh
yeah. And then we go back for more after we already know that we can't have any more.
Of course,
it might result in
the
us
diet's out the window at this point. We gave up for the birthday.
Oh yeah,
we keep up for the birthday. We'll try again after Christmas. Maybe we'll give it a little 2-week run in between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is Cold Ones. Let's hit it, bro. Let's talk our unders and underdogs. Trill, you got a bet?
Yeah, let's go unders. Chicago plus 3.5. I think it's a field goal game.
Ooh.
Minnesota still wins it. I just don't believe in Josh Dobbs to blow out this team. Detroit struggled against, they had 3 or 4 turnovers against this Chicago's defense. They're feistier than you think. Justin Fields in that offense. Another weekend. I like them. I don't think they're as bad as everybody thinks they are. It's going to be a close football game, I think. I think Minnesota still wins it, but I like Chicago to cover the 3.5. If it was 2.5, I'm taking Minnesota, but I like the field goal for the Bears.
Horrible football team, probably the worst game to be played so far this season. New England Patriots on the road to the New York Giants.
You can't stay away from Danny DeVito.
I can't.
Them and Zach Wilson. You can't stay away.
When he pulls out, did you see how big his Italian gold horn was, dog? That thing was hanging like my pinky, bro. He has a gold piece hanging from his neck, going like Mamma Mia after he scored the touchdown, dog. Giants. I think that what it comes down to is I don't know if I would be betting this game, bro. I don't know if I would be betting this game if this was in New England. But I think that the Giants are hot right now in the sense of they can be competitive against teams that are just as bad as them. They can.
Yeah, but do they want it? It's going to be and I kind of like that more for the Giants.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Bill Belichick and the Patriots have more wherewithal to lose this football game for the draft position.
No, Bill doesn't want that stench on him, bro. I think that Bill is dude. You know why I know that? You know why I'm saying that? Because they haven't benched. They haven't put Zappy in as the starter.
Yeah,
the Jets are clearly doing that, dude.
Yeah,
the Jets are clearly doing that, right? Where
are you going with this? Oh, you're going with the Giants, right?
I'm going with the Giants. I've been going with the Giants the whole time. I think the Giants have potential here.
Yes.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
Yeah,
both and to cover. I'm taking.
That's what I'm saying. The Giants are stupid enough to try to win this football game.
Yes.
When Bill is just like,
that I agree with.
Like let me go second overall, and I'll take Marvin Harrison Jr.
We were saying the same thing. Parallel lines.
Yeah,
that was you and me right now. Do you like them? Do you want that in, or are you not putting that?
I don't want it. I don't. It's too ugly.
Fair enough. It happens.
Now, this is another ugly one that you might not like. But I like the Chargers 3.5.
Wow.
I think the Chargers can play football here. Brandon Staley.
Okay. Let's go ahead.
He needs this game. I think this is another field goal game where Baltimore has been an up and down roller coaster all year. And you know it, and we both know it. This team has this Chargers team is feisty enough. The C words are feisty enough that with the coaches on the line, now maybe they get blown out and he's gone at the end of this game. If the Ravens go in there and take care of business like they should, he's gone. Brandon Staley's gone. But I like the talent enough on this team to keep it close. I think the Vens still win. Tuck's going to cross it up and win it. The late second field goal. Ravens still win, but I'll take the 3.5.
So are you more concerned? Let me break down this pick a little bit further. Are you more into the idea of the Chargers' desperation, or you're thinking that the Ravens are going to play like they're in a slump?
Chargers' desperation compiled with the Ravens' offense might struggle a little bit out the gate.
Fair.
Chargers can get up 14 to 3 early. Ravens come back, win the football game 17. Or hold up. Let me do the math again. Ravens come back, win the game 24-21.
Right. I mean, you've got legitimate points there. I'm going to tell you, I think that I believe that the Ravens know that to solidify after this Eagles win this past week against the Chiefs, they got to take care of business in a major way. I'm not betting the game. I found that I feel better about the games for the Ravens when I don't bet them. I'm not betting them anymore this season. I can't. Now we don't fact check. So
are you that confident in your team if you're not betting them? I bet the Birds every week.
No, well, you do. And the one thing I'll say is not every bet's turned out to be true. I want to let my boys play their game. They don't need the pressure of a professional bettor behind them.
Of course.
I'm a professional bettor. I'm looking for those young guys to do their thing.
Out of respect. You don't want to put that on them.
I bring an intensity that they're not prepared for.
Yeah, of course.
The only guy that's prepared for my intensity is one man and one man only, Ray Lewis. He ain't playing anymore, Doug. And Joey Flack. Did you see that he got signed?
Well, I was going to bring that up to you with my next pick. So
yeah, I know. We got to talk about that. I'm buying the jersey.
Wow. All right.
So no, I'm kidding. I can't buy a Cleveland jersey. Yeah, you can't buy an in-division rival. Okay, for my next underdog, what does this say, dude? This is practically a pick of -1.5 Steelers on the road to Cincinnati. What that is saying by the Steelers only getting -1.5 with Joe Burrow going down is they truly believe that Cincinnati can cover here with how bad Kenny Pickett is. And I'm going to tell you something, at home with the talent that they have, I don't care what's happening. There's really no other injuries to this Bengals team outside of Joe Burrow. The defense is healthy. Kenny's really bad. I think that they win this game off of short passes, a lot of button hooks. It's going to be low scoring, but I like the game here. Actually, no, I'm going to go with the under more. I'm going to go under 35.5.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was saying. I was looking at all these unders, a lot in the 30s, a lot, and it's disgusting. Like the play is so down in the NFL right now on offense. It's a touchdown. The average game score is a touchdown less than last year.
Dude, it's just there's no real middle pack. It's like the 1%. And then everyone else on the bottom, bro. That's what it really is.
Now, we saw this with, a little bit of different circumstance here, but with Vegas, then the head coach gets fired, they rip off 2 wins. Are you Matt Canada finally fired? Can that offense kind of start to get going again? Out of just like, hey, we got to prove that he was actually the problem. It wasn't us.
No, because I've been saying it all year long and you didn't want to ride with it. Kenny Pickett can't play.
I like Kenny.
Kenny can't play, bro. He cannot play.
That's why I'm not out on Kenny yet.
I know you're not. You're
not
delusional.
Out yet, even though he killed me last week. He's the one that made my bets closer than it should have been. Whatever.
Oh, that's right, because you took the under in that game.
Steelers and the over. Steelers and the over both lost. But whatever.
Oh, you took the over. That's right.
Yeah, it was like 35 points. I hate that. Whatever. It is what it is.
Go ahead.
All right, my last, my underdog. I'm on Cleveland +1.5 against the Broncos. I think the Broncos stink. They were barely able to score points against Minnesota's defense. You think they're going to be able to score points against Denver? And Joey Flack might be in there behind center and scoring and chucking the ball down the field to Amari Cooper. I think this is disrespectful on the name of Cleveland. Cleveland has earned the respect to be put in the contenders series part of this league, and to have them catching points at this part in the league where they've come over so many adversities throughout it. And the defense is proven with Jim Schwartz, Super Bowl champion 52, by the way, gave up 500 yards to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, but still won with the Eagles. But they have proven that they can make things and change football games, make it ugly and still win it.
I'm doubling down, dude. Cleveland money line plus 104. You brought Joe Flacco in the room. Joe Flacco's here to stay. He's a Raven through and through. He's a Super Bowl champion through and through. He's been popping out babies through and through. He does not stop. You've brought him into this quarterback room. He is ready to rock and roll. He's been sitting at his house in Delaware for the past year and a half on his couch in his $500 million home after he made $130 billion from the Ravens to decimate our franchise until Lamar Jackson came. But we don't talk about that. Joe Flacco's back. Plus 104. Go Browns!
Go Browns, baby. Now, I got to follow up with this here. What if Joe Flacco, the guy that got you a Super Bowl, the guy that proved he was elite, the guy that got the big contract with the Ravens, goes and wins the division over the Ravens
with
crap. The Cleveland Browns and gets the 1 seed and wins a Super Bowl, brings a Super Bowl to Cleveland? How do we feel about Joe Flacco if that happens?
Here's what I think. I think that
Are we still feeling this much love about him?
You're one of my best friends, but you have a drug problem, and we need to get you into treatment. You have a drug problem. We need to get you into treatment. All right.
You don't believe in Joe that much that you think I have a drug problem? You obviously don't believe in Joe that much.
And faves. Overs and faves. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You deflect. You're nervous.
You're nervous
with Joey Flacco in the building that they can win the division. Yes or no?
Detroit.
Fiction.
Okay. Okay. You want it right now? If Joe Flacco lines up against Patrick Queen, Kyle Hamilton, or Roquan Smith, he's dead. He'll never birth another child.
I don't care about the Ravens. I want fact or fiction. Can Joe Flacco win the division for the Cleveland Browns? Fact or fiction?
No, but he can win this game. Win this game.
Fine.
And that's all I need to say.
Fine.
Detroit minus the 7.5.
All right. I like it.
It's a prove it game for them. They got to know what they're doing. They got to go out there. They cannot have the stench of not being a legitimate team. They cannot go out there and have the media saying there are only 2 legitimate teams in the NFC, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. This is an in-division game. This is their game. This is the Thanksgiving game. It's minus 7.5. They need to win this. They need to win this game by a touchdown and more. And I'll tell you, they'll bench everyone otherwise.
All right, I'm in.
Next, you're taking it?
I'm worried. No, I'm not. I have my 3, but I'm worried. I'm worried about Green Bay a little bit with the early game. If this was the late night game,
fair.
I love Detroit. I love it.
Happen.
But that early game, there tends to be some like, whoa, what the heck's going on here right now? While you're going to, the aunt's house and you're just like looking on the phone, you're like, wait a minute, who what? Like that tends to happen a lot. But all right, let's transition here. Let's get the favorites and the overs. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Harry, a guy that loves overs, I love him even more this week. Love him, just because how low the totals are. Carolina versus Tennessee, 2 terrible football teams.
Ooh.
2 terrible football teams. But 37 points. This is going to be a 21-20 football game, and we're going to get the over. I like Will Levis. I like Bryce Young. They have a couple weapons. Their defenses aren't that great. That really are like they could shut down the opposing quarterbacks. I could see this being a running gun game where the 2 QBs start to let it fly and throw the ball to Thielen, throw the ball to D-Hop, and there could be some points scored here. Am I crazy for that?
No, because it's so little. Like we talked about it, 37 straight up points, not even a half, dude. I like that. I think that the defenses look like that they're asleep at the wheel. I think that clumsy touchdowns are scored.
Yeah.
And dude, 21, 23 now absolutely can occur here.
Even if the defense shows up and the guy throws a pick 6 that these young QBs could do, that's even better for us.
Yep.
So I like it. I think there's too much opportunity for mistakes, for points for this football game to not go for the over. What do you think?
I love it. Miami Jets over 41. Miami's coming for a cold weather game, the only 3:00 game and the only game on Friday. I like them here, dude.
What do you think about that? 3:00 on a Friday.
Well, I don't like
I know
the
a
spread.
lot of people have off, but
I don't like the spread, bro. I don't like the spread. I think that it's going to be tough. I think the Jets are making a move to, you got to wonder, man. Okay, let me ask you a question. What is the Jets? Okay. There's only 3 angles to this. Why have the Jets bench Zach Wilson? Because I will tell you, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Do they really think that there's only 3 options? A, they think that they're viable enough to win enough games that when Aaron comes back week 15 or 16, they can get a wild card. That must be it. B, Saleh believes that he's on the hot seat and that he's got to win more games. Otherwise, he's gone. Or C, Aaron Rodgers has said, I want to see Zach out. What is it? What is it? I tend to feel like, is Saleh getting pressure?
Yeah.
Which would be but that would be so stupid.
No. It's not Saleh getting pressure.
Okay.
Saleh was getting pressured to put Wilson in. From letting Wilson ride from the owner.
To let him ride. Okay,
yeah,
so why
is the number 2 overall pick?
Yes.
You have to see what he has. It's low expectation. And Saleh was always, you listen to his press conferences, he was saying the same thing every single time. Zach had a couple things that you wish that he would want back, but at the end of the day, I think he played okay. It's not all Zach's fault.
Yes.
Every single press conference, he said the same exact stuff.
Same thing. So why have they benched this guy?
Because he finally went to them and said, I can't take any more of this. I need something different.
Right.
I can't. If we want to try to win football games, I need somebody that can throw the football down the field and that I can't just be like nervous every time that he throws a ball deep and go, oh, yeah, all right, it hit the ground. Thank God, that's why Saleh's finally gotten the ear in the room where he's just like, owner. This is my team.
Yeah.
Let me do this. I've proven we can win football games with my defense. I need somebody that gives me a chance on offense. We've seen what Zach is. He doesn't give us a chance. We need somebody to get us a win or two to get us so Aaron wants to come back. Because you keep going with Zach, you're not gonna be in a position where Aaron's like, yeah, okay, let's try to make a playoff push here. And you're gonna just go to next year. That's where it is. Now, Did Aaron screw this whole situation up saying that he wants to come back? If Aaron Rodgers said that I'm just going to sit the rest of this year out, do they go and try to make a trade for a Kirk Cousins? Do they go to try to make a trade for a Josh Dobbs?
No.
But with Aaron Rodgers saying that he would come back later in the year, they were not going to make an outside move and then have to tell that guy who might have won them some football games, sorry, you got to take a seat now.
I don't think that they ever were, because I think that the play has always been from all along, and we saw it unfold 2 weeks ago. The next big move that the Jets are going to make, which is going to really leave. I mean, right now, I've said it week after week, the AFC East by no means it's locked up by Miami. And on top of that, I do believe the Jets would be winning it right now if Aaron was in. I've said that ad nauseum, and I believe they're going to win it next year. The next move, they're going to go get Devontae. He's going to be a New York Jet. And that I don't think would be possible if you made an outside move to go get a guy like Kirk and pay him. You wouldn't have the cap space, even with the movement that Aaron has done on his contract. No, I think what's interesting here is that clearly the Jets must think that they're in a position to get a wild card, which also would make me believe. And now technically that is true now, given that both Deshaun is out and Burrow is out, but they must also really believe that the Bills are going to fail the rest of the season. They must believe that the 2 teams that can come out of there is number 1 Miami and themselves.
Yeah. And
they've got to have
a
tough schedule. Yes. Okay. So I like the over. I like the over in that game.
Yeah, all right. I like it. One game we were kind of teasing earlier. I like the over in this Houston-Jacksonville game.
Do you?
I think CJ is going to come out and ball out. I think Trevor's finally getting healthy again, where Dougie P 2 weeks ago said that he was limited with the knee of what they could do with the offense. They were starting to put up points last week. This is going to be a good shootout. I like it. It's going to be who's going to be the future, who's going to take the reins of this division. I was kind of leaning towards taking Houston plus 1.5 here with my under, but I'm just going to root for points in this football game, and what happens, happens. I'm a proud Stroud boy, and I'm riding him, but I think they're going to put up some points, both teams here.
Well, I'm going against you straight up, head to head.
Taking the
Vikings minus the 3.5. I like the Vikings here, dude. They're on the road. They have got magic still in their bones, and they have figured out ways to put guys in positions through injuries. Listen, they're always that team that's a middle of the pack team, and I don't think that the Vikings want to slip away from their division when they clearly know that Detroit's got it for the next couple seasons. And at the end of the day, Green Bay's always got the heritage and history to keep them relevant. Minnesota's got to win here. They lose to a bad Denver team. They got to come out. I like a minus the 3.5, man.
Yeah, I like them to win the football game. I just think it's going to be by 3 points. I don't see them really running away with this football game against the Bears. That's my only thing. I think they win. I think the Bears can cover, though.
I wanted to take KC, but I don't know if they can cover. Minus 8.5 on the road to the Raiders. With this new coaching staff, dude, that the Raiders have, they're feisty. They might be feisty.
Coming off another loss, the Chiefs might be looking for a whomp. They want to go out there and just put it on the table. Say we still got it. Like, you're an inferior opponent.
Yeah,
we haven't scored points. We haven't. I was thinking about that for my lock.
We've never done that.
Yeah. This is
revolutionary.
They're gonna come out and they're gonna put it on them. They haven't scored points in the second half in 3 straight games. They're hearing it. Their wide receivers can't catch the ball. Their defense has been playing great, but they can't score in the second half. They're gonna come out and they're gonna put 50.
That is our first earthquake lock of the show's history. You got one more. You got one more over and or fave, dude. To give.
Eagles minus 3. The Kelly Green are worth 3 points by themselves,
without a doubt. But I got to ask you, why is that line that line?
What? That it's so small?
How are you not getting 5.5 points?
I think it's been the way. It's because the Eagles haven't been blowing teams out. They just haven't. They've been winning ugly. I think they come out at 4:25 this game, and it can be a letdown spot. You got the 49ers moving on, but the Bills are still the Bills. The Bills are supposed to be a top contender in the team. And I think that intensity that Nick Sirianni went, hey, Kansas City, I don't hear you anymore.
Yeah.
Where's it at now? Out walking through the tunnel. I think that transfers to this Bills Mafia, to this team that is supposed to be one of the top teams in the AFC, the top contenders for the Super Bowl. And they take that where, hey, we should probably be a touchdown favorite. I was thinking about taking them at an alternate 6.5 just because of the Kelly Green.
You've always fucked those up, though.
No, well, barely.
You have, though.
The one time I nailed it at 10, and then the other time I took them at 14 or 13.5. They gave up against the Washington late touchdown where they were winning by 14, and the late touchdown screwed it all. But whatever, that's besides the point. So we're going to take them at the 3. The Eagles are going to come out. They're going to beat them by a touchdown.
I like it. I'm changing a pick, by the way. I'm taking the Minnesota game off. I forgot about the game above. I love the 49ers on the road minus the 7 straight up. I'm switching that game out.
All right. So Gino might not play too.
Either way, if he is, if he isn't, the 49ers are coming to dance.
Right.
To the parlay, brother, to the parlay. We already gave you the Thanksgiving parlay, the anytime tugs. That was 15, ladies and gentlemen, to winning the 700. And guess what, baby? They're due. It hit last week. We're back. We're ready. We're in action. Let's do it, Trill. Do we have anything to say about this Bucks-Colts game? Or is it too ugly? Line is plus 2.5. Over under 43. Can I tell you something, Trill? I like the Bucks here outright. They beat that losing streak last week. Nope.
No. I'm not putting that on the people.
Sliced and diced.
I think we go San Fran. I think we go Kansas City.
Baltimore money line.
I took the Chargers.
Oh, but them to cover.
To cover. All right, we go Baltimore. Money line.
SF 49ers. Minus
you
the
like
7.
that though? You know what I'm saying? Are we both in?
I'm taking the money line because I don't want to fade you. Money line.
So 7 money line.
Yep.
For the Ravens, 8.5 for the Chiefs. And I don't
know. Oh, that's a lot of action on that Chiefs game. We're putting that much in. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, come on. It's our lock.
It's our lock of death. Remember when I wanted that to be the name?
No, yeah.
And then, dude, I'll tell you what, I love Cleveland. I love either Cleveland money line or for them to cover.
I like Cleveland money line.
I like Cleveland money line too.
What is that? 15 wins you 146.
Not the best, but also not bad.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we hit last week for almost 2 bills. Some of us did, some of us didn't, but you know what it is.
Scumbag.
We're gonna rock with it. I like it. I'm feeling good. We're hot here. We're hitting for over 80%. The parlay hit for some of us. The touchdown bet is going to be absolutely sexy for Thanksgiving night here.
Oh my God. It's going to be
Make sure you follow us. Click the subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter because we'll be posting reaction videos throughout Thanksgiving. Maybe Harry will have to give us a video of the spread that he's cooking up there. We have to check a look at the potatoes.
I'll show it. And that mac and cheese, baby. Spread on over the Jesus piece. I put a cross on it.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
So make sure you go check all that out. All that's in the description. We love you guys. Shout out to the 215. Go Birds.
Go Ravens, baby. We're back. Happy Thanksgiving. Love you all.